Alright, galaxies and the universe. This is where we begin our astronomy unit. Okay, so it says, what do you already know about the Big Bang Theory? I think it's most important to understand that it's a theory, meaning we can't really prove the truth. We're never going to see, or at least we don't think so, a universe being formed. However, it is backed up by actual evidence. Okay, so the Big Bang Theory attempts to explain how the universe was formed. The theory is that it began as a super highly condensed, very tiny particle of matter with high amounts of radiation, and that it explodes and has expanded over the last 15 to 20 billion years. It's been expanding ever since. How do we know this? The redshift proves that everything is moving outward from the center. Age, quasars are the outermost object that we know of so far, and they are the oldest objects, meaning they would have been formed first. And the galaxies found towards the center are the youngest. Okay, so this is a chart explaining step by step as each element surfaces. Okay, the redshift versus blue shift. It says, again, the universe is expanding. The red shift is when the color red, the spectrum, the red section of the spectrum, moves or becomes bigger. If the blue shift is the one that changes, then we know it's coming toward the Earth. If it's the red shift, then we know it's moving away. This phenomenon is called the Doppler Effect. It's just noting a change in the wavelength of light. It also happens in sound. Okay, and it says the farther away a galaxy is, the faster it's moving. Remember, the bigger the red, the faster it was moving in that activity you did. Okay, so you can see here that the red has shifted. We know by the line here it was a bigger section of red and it has now shifted. Alright, so it says what type of shift would need to occur for the people on Earth to have to take action? It would be a blue shift, because that would mean we were going to be hit by something. Okay, quasars are defined as star-like. They're very bright. They're very distant at the edge of the universe, at least as far as we know that's the edge. They give off radio waves, X-rays, gamma rays. They are considered to be the oldest. And by studying them, we're studying the formation of the universe. Here's a picture, just to show you what they look like, and it looks like a cartoon, but it's actually a real photograph. Dark matter, this is new, relatively new in science. We used to believe that space was empty, but now they know that dark matter accounts for 90% of the mass. It is hardly understood. We know it's what makes the sky dark. It doesn't give off, reflect, or absorb any light. It says, what role does dark matter take in the idea of black holes? If you consider that planets and galaxies and quasars are moving around this black matter, okay, so it's not empty anymore, we know it's an actual substance, and you have something that stops moving like a supergiant and it sinks into the matter, it would create the black hole. Okay, the two theories of the types of universe. The open universe says galaxies continue racing outward. Eventually, it would lead to total emptiness. A closed universe would mean it would only expand so far, like a rubber band, and then it would come back, contract back on itself, and start over again. Most scientists believe that the universe is a closed universe. Here's a picture showing the difference. These little S-shaped symbols represent galaxies. You can see that they spread out and then they come back on each other again. Where in the open universe it spreads out, and it would just continue until you have essentially emptiness. Types of galaxies. There are three types. A spiral galaxy is what we live in. Remember that the biggest stars are in the center and then the arms spiral out. It moves counterclockwise. The name of our galaxy is the Milky Way. Andromeda is closest to us. In fact, they are colliding. It's also a spiral. An elliptical galaxy is one that is similar to a football. An irregular is when there's no distinct shape. It says most galaxies are located in groups, clusters. Okay, here's a picture showing elliptical, spiral. It's kind of hard to see the arms, but you can see it. And then irregular. So it says the drawing of the Milky Way galaxy looking down from above. The sun is just one of 200 billion stars in this typical spiral galaxy that is 100,000 light years in diameter. It's important that you know that the sun, the solar system, is this dot on the arm of Orion. The Milky Way. From a side angle, it looks like a fried egg. It's flat. Then you have this bulge where the nucleus is, and then the disk. These flat edges are called the disk. Okay, the middle is called the nucleus, and then there's a nuclear bulge. It also has this glowing that would be around it. We would call that the halo. Okay, and then of course the arms. It says the side angle looks like a fried egg. It's flat edges and bulges in the middle. Spiral shape with arms rotating off the sides. They circulate around the center bulge. The center of the galaxy is where the biggest stars are located. The oldest stars are located there as well, and the younger stars are going to be found on the arms. Our solar system is on the arm of Orion. So the nucleus, we just said this, is what we call the center. The halo is the spherical area, the glowing area around the star masses. The oldest stars are in the nucleus, and they range between 12 to 14 billion years old. The arms contain the youngest stars, and it rotates counterclockwise. Okay, the two main types of telescopes. Refracting uses lenses that harnesses light. Reflecting uses mirrors. You need to know that a mirror, like a Newtonian reflector, if it uses a mirror, it's going to work better. It says it can see objects billions of light years away. The Hubble is where we got most of our information from as far as outer space goes. Houses several types of telescopes, provides detailed views of many objects. It has been retired and been replaced by a newer, updated, present technology telescope. So right here it says which type of galaxy is this? These are two spiral galaxies crashing into one another, Andromeda and the Milky Way. And then we have the size of the universe video, and that's it. All right, make sure you study. Test is tomorrow.